The House will come to order. The pledge will be led by Miles Pace of Cherokee Trail High School, Aurora, Colorado.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Kohler, please call the roll.
Okay, Representatives Arndt, Becker J, Becker K, Brown, Buck, Buckner, Carver, Conti, Corum, Court, Danielson,
Danielson, oh, she's here.
Del Grosso, Dorr, Duran, Esgar, Everett, Fields, Foote, Garnett, Janal, Hamner, Humphrey, Joshi, Kagan, Kaiser, Klingenschmidt, Kraft-Tharp, Landgraf, Lawrence, Representative Lawrence,
Representative Lawrence excused.
Websock, Lee, Lontine, Representative Lontine, Lundeen, McCann, Melton, Mitch Bush, Moreno, Navarro, Neville, Nordberg, Pabon, Pedersen, Primavera, Priola, Rankin, Ransom, Rosenthal, Rupe, Ryden, Same, Salazar, Sias, Singer, Representative Singer, Thurlow, Tyler, Van Winkle, Representative Van Winkle, in the lobby, Vigil, Willett, Williams, Wilson, Windholes, Winter, Wist, Young. Madam Speaker.
Here. With 64 present, 1 excused, and 0 absent, we have a quorum. Representative Buckner.
Madam Speaker, I move that the reading of the Journal of Tuesday, January the 19th, 2016 be dispensed with and that it be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the Journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Oh.
Announcements and members, we are now moving into announcements and introductions. So please take your seats if you can and observe some quietness and decorum. And announcements and introductions, the speaker will take the prerogative of the speaker and go first here. And I am very honored to introduce Judge Roxanne Balin, Chief Judge from Boulder County, and all of the members. She is currently retired and on the board of the Mental Health Partners of Boulder and Broomfield counties, my community mental health association. I'm very happy to introduce all of them that are on the side here, and I am paying my $10 fine to introduce my community mental health association, which will go to the stock show. So you're all welcome to do the same. Thank you very much for being here, folks. Representative Kagan, and may we have some quiet, please?
Members of the House Judiciary Committee, there is one bill we're adding to tomorrow's meeting. That's House Bill 1032 by Representative Lontine, changes to contents of criminal summons. It did not make it onto the calendar today. It will be on tomorrow's calendar, and we will be hearing House Bill 1032 tomorrow afternoon. Also at tomorrow's meeting, members of the Judiciary Committee will be hearing sunset reports for 2 programs, and we will consider a total of 3 draft bills associated with those 2 programs. The draft bills have been emailed to you. Please dig those out of your email. And you also received on Friday last the hard copies of the sunset reports for the programs under consideration. Please bring the draft reports from DORA to tomorrow's meeting on those 2 sunset reviews. Thank you.
Okay, members, we need a little more quiet, please. Don't want to gavel you down yet, but I'm getting there. So Representative Young and Representative Buck.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's our pleasure to, let me first just say that former Representative Jim Reesberg is in the House today. I think he's over on this side over here. And he is here with a group of other folks that we all love in Northern Colorado, and I'm going to allow Representative Buck to introduce them.
Oh, so I have to make it. No, I'm just so happy for North Range Behavioral Health to be here today. They are just doing a phenomenal job in Weld County and beyond. So we are just so grateful to have all of them. Executive Director Larry Pottorff and Joanne, do you want to do more?
Representative, that's a $10 fine, Representative Buck. And Representative Young.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Oh,
right
I thought
ahead.
you were announcing a fine for me, but I'm happy to pay that.
Well,
I do
it's
want to
coming.
acknowledge that Representative Reesberg now serves on the board of North Range Behavioral Health, and that's the main reason why he's here today. But I know he loves to come back to the chamber whenever he can. So our congratulations and thanks for the hard work that North Range does. Thank you.
$10 fine, Representative Young. Thank you. Representative Kraft-Tharp. Representative Navarro and Representative Escar.
Thank you. Welcome, members. I just want to say good morning, and I want to do a special thank you to our behavioral health providers who are here today. There are over 200 in this chambers today and also across the way, and I could never say how important this issue is, and I just am sincerely thankful for the time and dedication that you give to our communities and to those that need this kind of care. Mental illness and substance abuse disorders, together referred to as behavioral health, are treatable, and recovery is possible when appropriate treatment services are available and accessible. Behavioral health is a key component to a person's overall health, and any effort to reform the healthcare system must be comprehensively addressed behavioral health in order to realize improvements in quality, value, and substability.
Representative Kraft-Tharp.
Thank you. And so I'm pleased to join in partnership with Representative Navarro in Colorado Behavioral Health Care Council Day. We want to welcome the people that do the important groundwork in our community, helping mental illness, helping substance abuse, helping those that are the most vulnerable in our population. So thank you so much for joining us again today. So the members of the Colorado General Assembly recognize the vital role played by community mental health centers, specialty clinics, managed service organizations, and behavioral health organizations in Colorado. And we express our sincere appreciation to all those individuals who dedicate their lives to this critical area of healthcare. And we do have a tribute to be able to present to them today. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Escar, did you have anything?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to give a special thank you to members from PsyCare out of Pueblo, Colorado, who are here on the floor with us today. So I just wanted to say thank you for being here.
Well, Representative Kraft-Tharp, what I'm going to do, we need to level the playing field here, and you were very smart to do a tribute, and we appreciate the tribute to all of the mental health and behavioral health people who are here, but the three of you will share a $10 fine. And you can introduce the your members if you want to. Yeah. And we'll get to all of you here pretty soon.
Okay. So we wanted to do a special introduction and welcome to the Mayor of Edgewater, Chris Teagarden, who has joined us today, who works with Jefferson Center for Mental Health. I want to say a special welcome to the Jefferson Center for Mental Health folks, CEO Harriet Hall, James, your name is so little, and I don't have my glasses. James Kuhlemar, I beat that one up really bad. Jill Hartman, Stephanie Schumann, Susan Friedman, Sue Fields, and Lorraine Bowen, who is from my neighborhood. Thank you all very much for joining us.
Okay, Representative Quorum.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. In continuing with the mental health situation, I have three guests in the room. I have my nephew, who is the CFO of Western Colorado Mental Health, Lance Lehigh. I have John Gordon, and John is a very, well, I was going to tell everybody he was my cousin, but John is actually a very, very good friend of mine. He is the director of the Mental Health Center in Montrose. But I got to thinking about it, and even though he's a very good friend, John is also a Democrat, so I decided that politically in my district it would be better to pay the fine than to call him a relative. And we also have Ed Hagen here with us, so thank you very much.
That's $10, Representative Quorum. Who's next? Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to welcome three elected officials today who are also members of the Aurora Mental Health Board. Barb Clellan, who's on Aurora City Council, Nancy Jackson, who's a county commissioner, and Bill Holan, who's a county commissioner. Thank you.
That's $10, Representative Ryden. Oh, are they county commissioners, all of them? And you didn't introduce anybody that wasn't? Okay, then you get off free. Who's next? Representative Lee, and then and Representative Carver.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. On behalf of the legislature, I'd like to offer a warm welcome to the officials and employees of Aspen Point, formerly Pikes Peak Behavioral Health Group, the community-based behavioral health care provider for the El Paso County, Teller County region. They've been doing extraordinary work in that area for decades and decades. I've served on their board and know intimately the services that they perform. So we'd like to welcome them, thank them for the good work that they're doing in our community, and I'd like to turn it over to Representative Carver, my colleague from Colorado Springs.
Representative Carver.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today we welcome Aspen Point as part of Colorado Behavioral Health Care Council's annual Mental Health Day at the Capitol. And I would like to introduce and welcome Dr. Mick Pattinson, CEO and President of Aspen Point, Kevin Porter, VP of Marketing, Aspen Point, Dr. Carolina Steen, Board Member, Aspen Point. Mary Ellen Benson, VP, Healthcare Innovation. Susan Seiler, CEOO of Aspen Point. And I don't know if Michael Allen, VP, has joined us yet. Michael Allen, welcome. Aspen Point and other mental health care providers deliver exceptional behavioral health. You may not be aware that this particular organization has been in operation for 140 years. They started as the Springs Relief Society back in Colorado Springs 140 years ago. And 140 years ago, they delivered coal, lumber, and clothing to the needy in the area. And their long history of service to El Paso County and Colorado Springs continues to this day. They are one of the largest providers of mental health services in the state of Colorado. They do an outstanding job. And please join me in welcoming them to the House today. Thank you.
That's $10, Representative Carver and Representative Lee. Who's next in this? I think it was Representative Mitch Bush, and then we'll move from there.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's a great honor and pleasure to serve with you.
And also with you.
And with everyone here. On this annual Colorado Behavioral Health Day, I want to welcome everyone who does this critical, essential work in all our communities. I represent two rural Western Slope communities. Mine Spring Mental Health serves a wide variety of Western Slope rural communities, and at the risk of being fined, I would like to especially thank Tom Gangle from Steamboat Springs, who's the director of Mine Springs. Thank you all very much for your work.
That's $10, Representative Mitch Bush. Representative Fields.
Good morning, Madam Speaker and colleagues. It gives me great honor and pleasure to be able to acknowledge the professionals that are involved in behavioral health. I represent Aurora, and when I think about the work that Aurora Mental Health is doing, I'm extremely proud of what you do, because the focus is all about the health and well-being of the people who are struggling to make ends meet. You know, we have a lot of folks that just need some help along the way. They have fallen against hard times, and sometimes they need someone to listen to them, to help them find their way back. So I just want to take this time to thank all of the counselors, the professionals, the social workers, the psychologists, anyone that provides counseling for people who are just struggling to find their way back after dealing with trauma. I just want you to know that your work is valuable. We appreciate that, and we're here to support you. Thank you so very much.
That's $10, Representative Fields. Representative Quorum.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is a pleasure to work with you.
And also with you.
Although I'm not sure I can afford it. But members, we're talking about the National Western Junior Livestock Sale. And, you know, I don't complain about the fines today, because the fines this week are going to help with that fund. And so I'm sure there's somebody out there that has a relative they don't like that they would like to introduce or something. But Representative Wilson will give us a report on the challenge, the House challenge for the steer.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As of this moment, the totals are: this side of the aisle, $1,612.50. This side of the aisle, $1,652.50, $40 difference, but I think Representative Danielson is going to change that.
Representative Danielson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's a pleasure serving with you.
And also with you.
Okay, colleagues, I have an update to Representative Wilson's excellent report, and that is that the Democratic side of the aisle is actually ahead $160. Thank you, Representative Young, and a donation from myself this morning. I do it with pride. As you know, I believe in this cause, the junior livestock sale, and farm kids all across the state, just like me.
Representative Rupe. and
Thank you.
Representative Landgraf.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Please proceed.
Well, we kind of lost the momentum, but we're going to jump back to mental health, and we're going to talk about veterans' mental health. So I hope you all have January 25th on your calendars, noon, room 112. Lunch will be served. Please let Jerry Wheeler in my office know that you're coming so we will have enough lunches to cover it. And I will say that next month's lunch is being provided by Aspen Point from El Paso County. So very happy to announce that.
Representative Rupe, you're on thin ice, Representative Landgraf, but I think...
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, the Veterans Caucus is very important to us. Our veterans have actually stood up for us and protected our liberties and our rights and our way of life. So we have on February 8th, the Veterans Employment Opportunities, and I've invited our ag folks to come out and talk about how many of our veterans want to become farmers, and we have opportunities for them also from the medical fields and others. So I encourage you, each one of these will have a lunch provided. We do ask that you RSVP so we have enough lunches, and we're here for our veterans because they make our way of life and the fact that we are a body, a General Assembly, possible. Thank you all.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I just wanted to recognize Denver Mental Health Center, which is in my district in Denver. They perform tremendous amount of work for those who have mental health and behavioral health problems. And particularly, they partner with our court system. So those who are involved in the criminal justice system often are taken care of through the Denver Mental Health Center. So want to recognize the work that they do. And colleagues, I want to remind you about the CLAW Caucus. We have a lunch tomorrow over in LSBA. We'll have some great presentations you can see on your flyer. Lunch will be provided for legislators, so I hope to see you at the CLAW Caucus tomorrow.
Representative McCann, that's $10. So, Representative Vigil, I think you've been waiting for a while. And Representative Hamner. Please proceed, Representative Vigil.
Thank you. Ag Committee members, heads up. Today, upon adjournment, we have our first joint House Agricultural, Livestock, and Natural Resource meeting. And today we will be hearing from the Joint Budget Committee. And the other, we're going to update on Uniform Commission, on state law, an introduction of fiscal note staff. And Representative Hamner has some information for us.
Representative Hamner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of the Ag Committee, please hold up your little red book because you'll need to find that to bring to room 107 upon adjournment today. We look forward to chatting with you. Thanks.
Thank you. Go ahead, so you find.
Representative Janal, I think you were next. Oh, I beg your pardon. Please proceed, Representative Vigil.
Thank you. Also, into the mental health fray, I'm going to jump in today to introduce my group from the Sandoz Valley. We have Clarissa Woodworth and from Sandoz Valley, Fernando Martinez, the executive director of that group. And then from the Pueblo area, from PsyCare, we got Sandy Gutierrez and Gloria Gutierrez. And I believe I'm going to contribute to the JAR for continued livestock folks. So thank you for that. Welcome to the Capitol.
Thank you, Representative Vigil. That's $10. Representative Janal and Representative Arndt.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I just want to give a warm welcome to Summit Stone Health Partners, who I believe are up in the balcony somewhere. Thank you for all you do for Larimer County and behavioral health.
It's a pleasure to have you. Okay. Thank you, Representative Arndt and Janal. You can share the $10 fine on that one. Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Transportation Committee members. Today, we originally had scheduled for hearing House Bill 1029. It will instead be heard on February 3rd.
Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I do have another guest in the House today, and I am willing to pay the fine. And he is actually an elected official. He was president of the Denver Rotary Club. Does that count, Madam Speaker?
I don't believe so, Representative Ryden.
So his name is Seth Patterson. Please stand, Seth, and have us welcome you. He's from Boulder County Mental Health.
Thank you, Representative Ryden. $10, and we appreciate his service on the Rotary Club. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and members of State Veterans and Military Affairs. We are having our inaugural meeting today on adjournment over in LSB-A, and we will be hearing House Bill 1043 and House Bill 1077. We'll see you on adjournment over in LSB-A. Thank you.
Representative Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, colleagues. Just wanted to remind you all that when we're speaking about youth and agriculture, that we are going to be having the 4-H group visit on Monday. Wanted to give you that reminder. A flyer will hit your desk on Friday, but all of their leadership will be here. Great group for you to come speak to and listen to. They'll be here at 9 o'clock at the Supreme Court, Old Supreme Court chambers.
Representative Lebsack.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Local Government, there's no meeting today.
Are there further announcements and introductions? The Speaker has one. I know that I should have set my rules a little bit better on this. When I give everybody an inch, they generally take a mile, and I'm used to it. But I didn't get my $10 worth because I didn't get to introduce my board and staff members by name. So I'm going to do that now, starting with the Mental Health Partners Executive Director Kelly Phillips Henry and Suzanne Marine on the board, Judge Roxanne Balin, and Molly Wittenberg and Leanne Wojak and Hans Wilk and Seth Pedersen and Julia Wentworth and Sean Bean and Ann Nolan and Bill Myers. Thank you very much for being here, and I was very happy to pay my $10 for that. Are there further announcements yes, are there further announcements and introductions? No. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House stand in recess until later today, January 20th at 1:30 p.m.
The motion is to recess until 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. Seeing no objection, so ordered.